Let's see if we have a timely. Oh, there we go. I'm waiting. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Is it delayed or are we good?
We're good. It was
Okay.
so the video is gonna be messed up. That's fine.
All right. Do you want to redo it? You want to restart? Would it be
No,
easier?
it's kind of
Okay.
it just the video may be off, which is fine. I can use the other one. It's fine. All right, one. That's right. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number one by our friends and family. We are the podcast for adults who like to laugh at adulting. Please connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Check out our merch and join our Patreon. All at our brand new website. That's no new friends podcast.com. Go over there. You can see fun stuff like photos of us and photos of all the regular characters that come on this show and then some more. It's going to be a living, breathing thing. So check that out. Join our mailing list. I'll figure out at some point how to pull information from it. I improvised, so I lost what I was saying. All right.
I didn't know. It's okay, just keep going.
Yep.
You're the host.
Patreon. Join our Patreon. Reminder, all money made from Patreon subscriptions during the month of October and November will be donated to the Gina McReynolds Foundation. That's teamgina.org. About teamgina.org. Just go back and listen to the episode Blue Weekend 2. My name is Scott, and I am the host. With me, as always, my co-host. I'm an architect for her pain. The sun rail, Mary.
Nick!
And our producer, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
You had me at hello.
Oh, that's a nice little Jerry Maguire.
That wasn't even from a movie. Oh, it's from Jerry Maguire? Oh.
Yes.
How did you not?
Oh, I was
that's
just
so
talking about
yummy.
you guys.
Oh.
Sweet.
Hey, so can I make a big announcement, Chris? I mean, it was public
It's
on.
official now.
Yeah, it's official. So Chris is the brand new fourth member of the Diz His podcast, and I couldn't be happier for him that he's going to be taking that on and being on a very well-known podcast. Diz His was just recognized. They're number 23 in the 100 must listen to Disney podcasts. Is that right? They're in like the top
number 23. Yep.
Number 20.
We got to number 23. I think we're in the mid 20s and then moved up to 23.
Yeah.
I
It had a lot to do with you. Yeah, I think you kind of that 25 and got him into the top 25.
I have a suggestion, Chris.
Yes.
So you know how sometimes you get the wackadoos that ask you to send them things but not charge them as much. And,
Yes. Oh,
yeah,
very familiar with that.
Yeah. So next time you could say yes, but I need to see that you've subscribed to the No New Friends podcast and maybe Diz His. I don't know.
Not a bad idea. Yeah, it's not a bad
I
idea.
think you exchange
Idea, Chris.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Put it on my little. I have these little thank you cards. I put it with all my stuff. Maybe we'll put a little plug for the podcast.
You should put a QR code. A little
Yeah.
scan it.
I love it. Just ways to spread the good word of No New Friends podcast.
Oh, one better. I have a QR code on the thing already. I can just add the website onto the QR code.
See?
Brilliant.
There we go.
Brilliant.
I
But
just
Chris,
want
I'm
to know
super.
why you haven't done this yet.
I don't
It's
because I don't have
this
you on
was
my
like our-
marketing team.
I think this was like our 90-day trial run, and you were like waiting to see if you wanted to stick around, and you're gonna like.
That's what I'm gonna
stay in a
renew.
Relationship with us. You're gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
renew. Yes, I am
great.
going to renew. Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
good,
That makes
good.
me feel good. Wonderful.
But congratulations, Chris. If you
Thank
haven't
you.
heard the Diz His podcast, please check it out. It's a great podcast. I listen to it every Tuesday. As soon as their episode drops, I listen to it in the morning. And Chris has been on the last couple episodes and brings a very unique humor to an already entertaining show. So I'm very excited to see where Diz His is going to go next, because they're already like reaching for the stars. Now they're going to reach for the Milky Way or some shit like that.
I love Milky Ways, especially the dark ones.
The dark ones are the best.
Right? Oh, me gusta.
So Chris, you got a day out
I did.
this weekend, didn't you? You and tell us all about that.
So first of all, let's address the man flu in the room. I am sick.
This is your flu game.
This is my literal flu game.
I
Happy-
sent it to you through virtual studio,
Yes,
and you got
I got
I
sick.
just want to make a note that you both traveled and both got sick. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's
So the
You
the
traveled too,
scary-
though,
I didn't
Yeah,
get
it's true.
sick.
or maybe you
There you
did, but we just it's just worse for us.
It is. It is.
Oh, that does.
We have the
That's
gene.
a big point for your
Yeah.
man flu. Guys, I'm an ally. I told you. Continue on, Chris.
So I am a little nervous because thought this was just a run of the mill cold. But I did see on my Facebook right before I got on that case of West Nile virus was discovered in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So now I have that to worry about, which
I'm
is
pretty
just
sure that's
wonderful.
what you have. I think
Yeah.
that's gotta
So,
be it.
That's it. This
think-
is the end.
You know what fixes that?
I'm not sure what fixes West Nile virus. No.
I think I don't know. Remember that I grew up in Polk County, but I think it is methamphetamines. I'm not positive, but
Oh, that
that's
makes
what
sense.
I've
That
been
makes
told.
sense.
It's said like what I've heard is it'll cure you up real good.
Well, I can
So-
take a trip down to Florida and pick some methamphetamines up, catch COVID, and then cure
yeah, but
the
it'll
West
cure you
Nile.
right
and-
up. Yeah, it'll.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
I'll be the trial. I'll be the trial.
Okay, are you gonna visit us, or are you just gonna pretend like you don't know us, like you did when you sent out wedding invites? I
It's
don't
it's
know.
meth. It's meth and gone. It's meth and gone. Sorry, Mary.
I got a meth and roll.
I don't have to go too far into Florida to get the plug on meth. I'm sure.
That's
So I'm not
true. I
I'm not
don't
gonna make
think
it all the
you
way down
even
to you
have
guys.
to go to Polk County.
Yeah. They hand it to you in a goodie bag. So yes, I did have a day.
Welcome spinner. Here's some orange juice and meth.
I did have a day out. I went to New York Comic Con with a very good friend of mine, and I started my journey. I hate trains. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry, Jared. I hate trains. I hate public trains. Public transportation in the area is not the best. I like Hogwarts Express trains. They're pretty cool, but the trains near us are not that. So what I did was I could have gotten on a train about 20 minutes from where I live. So I could have taken a 20-minute car drive to the station, hour and a half on the train to New York City. But what did I do? I drove all the way up to the top of New Jersey, an hour and a half, and hopped on a 20-minute train into New York City. So I wouldn't have to be on the train for an hour and a half.
God.
It's
Well,
that
actually,
bad.
I know
You
which
sent me
train
picture.
you're talking about too.
I-
I know which train it is. Because I
I
was
said-
just on it.
It was Newark Penn Station.
Yeah, I was just on it.
It was not like the Sunrail home area. So
No.
Yeah, unless the
I did send you guys.
it's in the scent of weed.
Oh yes, which the Newark Penn Station trains wasn't just the one train I was on. It was on the one
All of
coming back
them.
as well. So that is in fact in their all of the trains.
I think my
So-
favorite part was the video that you sent us.
Oh,
where it
I was
looked
trying to
like
stay
you were, like,
still.
in the middle of an earthquake. and you're
Oh
like,
yeah. Just I
"Help."
sent them a video because you can't even make it up. Now, mind you, iPhones have video stabilization, so that was the swaying that you saw was way worse than what it was in the video. So the train was swaying, very rough ride. I didn't even know that trains could just slam on the brakes, but they can.
Yeah.
Trains do slam on the brakes. That happened a couple times. On top of all this, I had two conductors sit down right next to me in the not next to me because I put my backpack next to me so no one could sit next to me.
Good move, solid
Um,
move. I do it every day.
yeah.
Yes, and look unapproachable.
Exactly. So I took my hat off and I put all my hair in front of one of my eyes, so I look like a goth kid from middle school.
They're like, "Are you a member of My Chemical Romance?" More people would flock. I think. I don't know.
So the people on the conductors were talking about all the things that they have hit as conductors while driving the train, which was an
Wonderful.
interesting conversation to
How
say the
many
least.
people?
I tried to I undid my one AirPod as soon as I heard that. I did miss the beginning. I did miss their body count on homicides. So then they started saying, I don't know. They started talking about sandwiches, so I zoned out. And then all I hear is, yeah, man, if you like grabbing ass or pickpocketing, the train platform is a perfect spot for you. It's like, oh,
What?
okay, sir.
You're like,
So,
I
needless to
actually enjoy
say-
both of those things. I'll be
so
here
needless to say,
regularly.
I spent a few hours on the train station on the platform before I went to New York. I'm very rich now. So
Or did your butt get grabbed a lot? Which one?
if you guys need 6 or 7 Rolexes, let me know.
Got it.
So going to New York, and I kid you not, the first 3 minutes I was in New York, I wanted to go home because New York is the most disgusting place on earth. And you know what?
No,
And you know
No,
what?
it's not. New
Nope.
Jersey
Well,
is the most disgusting place on earth.
That's how you know I was in a
I-
gross area, Scott, because I'm saying it was disgusting there. It was the area I was in. It was the area. In New York
What part of
City,
New York?
it was outside of Madison Square Garden, walking towards. It was the outer rim of Times Square. It was like
The outer rim.
yeah, it was really sketchy characters. The people who weren't wearing masks should have been because they had no teeth. Every single one of them. So me and my friend are walking down, and I kid you not, 2 blocks into our travel to the Javits Center, we were offered drugs by a nice gentleman, and we're passing by like some store, and somebody was doing a delivery. He looks at my friend. He's carrying boxes in his hand, and he looks at my friend. He goes, "Open the door," just like that. Not, "Hey, can you get the door?" Open the door. And like we had to open the door. He had a good point. He had boxes in his hands. What were we gonna do? Say no? So we were forcibly told to open a door. We were offered drugs. Oh, I've never ever felt the need to wear a mask outside until I was in New York City. Every other block they had these COVID testing vans, and people were in line to get tested. And you had to like go in between the people to get to where you were going, which was like very, very unsettling. Great. I mean, it's
It's
great.
It's like having to walk through a horde of zombies through, in The Walking
Yes.
Dead, and you have to
Yes.
cover yourself with the zombie guts so that they can't smell you. It's kind of the same thing.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
I can imagine.
When I was there, I didn't feel like that. Maybe we were just in completely different areas. I like to stay like close to like 91st Street,
Yeah,
like,
this was
maybe
like
by the-
negative 3rd Street. This was really
Yeah.
bad, Mary. This was really bad. So, and on top of all this, my friend had he put the GPS on his phone to get to the place. We went the total opposite direction, so we had to go through that same neighborhood to go back to where we're supposed to go. So anyway, New York. So we make it to the
Sicily.
we make it to the Javits Center. Comic-Con was really cool. I don't even know if I said what I was doing. I went to
Yeah, I
Comic-Con.
don't think we
did.
heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I went to
you said it.
Okay. Comic-Con is this comic convention. That's why it's called Comic-Con. So I go there. I don't read comics.
Wow, very brilliant name there. Very original. I'm sure there was probably more thought put into that name than Sherman Brothers.
On the same level for sure.
Right.
So we get there and it's awesome. We had to. We felt very safe in there because we had to show our. We had to download an app to get like basically a vaccine passport to get in. So only people that were vaccinated were allowed in.
Legal here in Florida. You can't.
You get
You
shot.
can't
You
require-
get shot right on the spot if they ask you for your card. So you actually have to prove that you haven't gotten vaccinated to get into places down in Florida. From what
Right,
from what
right.
I've heard. And
Yeah, we're not going to allow any of those sheeple in here.
so I don't really read comics. My friend reads comics, so I spent the majority of my money on. I really like original art. I like supporting like young, like independent artists. So the coolest thing happened. So there was this girl who. Do you guys watch What We Do in the Shadows, or are you familiar with the movie at all?
Mhm.
So in the show, Nandor the Relentless, there was this girl did art of him, and it was like a really funny but really good piece of art. So I bought it from her, and I said, "Can you sign it for me? I like when the artists sign the print for me."
Mhm.
And she looks at me confused. She goes, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "No one's ever asked me to sign one of my posters before." And I just thought that was like such
Aw.
a cool moment because that's something that like that'll keep her going. That'll keep her like
she's
Yeah.
pursuing her
"You know what?
dream.
Yeah, that's great. Look at you.
Yeah,
That's
so that was
good.
pretty
Sprinkling
cool.
Happiness all over the place.
That was an awesome moment. A total 180 of that. I went to this guy who is a Disney animator, and he worked on. And I bought prints from him at last Comic-Con. One's actually hanging up in my house. And he worked on Lilo and Stitch, and he worked on Moana. So I bought stuff from him last time. First of all, with inflation or whatever you want to call it, the prints last year were like 3 for $30. This year they're like 3 for $50. Very expensive
Whoa.
this year. So I had to
Wow,
be very
wow.
picky on So I go to this guy. This guy has tens of thousands of followers on Instagram. He sees thousands of people at Comic-Con. I go up to him and I go, and they ask me if I need any help. He comes up to me and I said, "Hey, I actually bought prints off you in 2019. Mind you, this was 2 years ago because they missed a Comic-Con last year because of COVID. And I bought prints off you in 2019. He goes, "Oh my gosh, I remember you." And that was
What?
so off-putting. That was so like it was such a like a turn off because I'm like, oh my, that was like the sleaziest thing to say. Like, why can't you say, "Oh, I appreciate you"? Yeah. Oh, I remember you. Like, come on, man. No, you don't.
I would ask him. I
Easy.
would be no. I would be
Because
like,
he doesn't
what did I
remember me.
buy?
Yeah.
What did I buy?
He doesn't
I
remember.
would
He's
ask
just saying
questions.
He was
that.
being condescending.
100%.
Oh,
So
Eric.
so then I spend my $60 on my stuff, which I
I
mean
would
I got
not.
awesome stuff.
Not
I know,
worth
but it
it.
was so good, such good art, so good. I got the Hatbox Ghost, I got Figment and Dreamfinder on the original.
Oh,
It was really good
cool.
Look,
stuff. Yeah,
Scott
I'll send you
needs
guys
a
some
cigarette and
pictures.
change of underwear now.
So I was like, this guy was awesome. So when I'm leaving, he goes, "Remind me of your name again." Like, come on, you don't
Oh
remember my name.
no.
You should
Yeah.
tell him something weird. Be like,
Oh
name is
my
Sherman."
gosh. Yeah, Sherman. Oh yeah, I knew. I thought yeah. So
Oh,
that was the. But I before we're up against the break. But I did meet Jeff Kaufman, who we did who me and Mary did Real Laughs with a
Oh,
couple
very
weeks ago.
cool. Yeah.
He had a booth there. I actually found him on accident. I was turning the corner. He had like one of the best spots in the convention. It was right on the corner. And yeah, he actually was nice enough to sign a graphic novel and gave it to me. He was a really nice guy, and had some really cool stuff. But it was a really cool place to see and support independent artists. Marvel and DC both pulled out of this convention. So
Really?
there were because they didn't even sell out the tickets. Like the day of, they were emailing me like, "Hey, get your Comic-Con tickets."
Wow.
Yeah, so but it was that was cool because it made a lot more room for all the independent artists and all the people that are like kind of pursuing their dreams and stuff. So it was really cool to see.
So does that mean that like the stars from Marvel and DC, the movies and stuff, wouldn't be there, or do they still go?
So I guess it has to do with like so there was no like Marvel movie or Marvel TV show panels. Hopper from Stranger Things was there. Anakin Skywalker, Christian Haydenson, he was there.
Oh wow.
The coolest guy that they were meet and greets. You had to pay a lot of money to see them.
Oh,
But
sure,
the coolest
sure.
person I saw in person was the creator of Deadpool, like right there in the flesh, signing things,
Oh
which was
wow.
pretty neat. They're like right on the floor. You can get your comics or whatever signed by them. So that was really cool. I don't know a lot of the comic people. My friend does. So my friend was like fangirling about, oh, this guy did that and that guy did that. I have no idea what he's talking about, but it was cool to see him
You're like,
excited.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, exactly. Last Comic-Con, I paid $50 to meet Ninja, the Fortnite guy. Do you know who I'm talking about? The guy with the blue
Nope.
hair.
No, I have no idea.
Ask your sons, Mary. They'll know.
I mean, I know all the dances, but
Yeah,
I don't know who does. What.
yeah, they'll know who it is. But this year I
Okay.
did not pay $50 for anything. It was not worth it because of that plexiglass you have to stand in between and the
Oh yeah.
it's kind of weird. I just
Yeah,
didn't want to
if
be
they
like,
can't breathe
hey,
on me, then I don't want
Yeah.
them. I don't want to pay.
I want to
for
get
it.
their germs. Yeah, I want to I want to
Yeah.
contract something from these people. I don't want to just be safe. So.
Sounds
But yeah, it
good.
was a great time. New York City sucks. Newark sucks even worse. Newark is like Gotham but on meth.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah. So I'm glad I'm south of all that.
Literally and geographically.
Yes.
All right. To the New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.